Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Legit Crypto Lounge. It's the place that's aiming to bring together real projects with real people. So if it's your first time here tonight, I'm Topster. I'm one of the co-owners of Legit Crypto Lounge, and I'll be hosting tonight. Mark's here with me. He might be chipping in, but he's in the background running some stuff. You'll have to excuse me tonight as well if I sound a little bit stuffy. I've got a bit of a cold at the minute. Anyway, guys, tonight we are joined by AntNetworx. And we've got James and Johan from the team. So we're going to delve into the project a bit tonight, see if we can give you guys a bit of an insight. So what I'll do, James, hand over to you, mate. If you can just give a little bit of introduction to yourself, what you're bringing in terms of experience, crypto experience and real life experience, and then we'll go from there.
Sure, mate. So yeah, my main experience for the last probably 5 years has been in IT. With cryptocurrency, I've been involved for the last 2 years. We've worked on about 3 projects now, successful ones. The biggest one was probably Kai, which reached about 100 million market cap. That was a meme coin at the start of the bull run last year, 2021. Or when it was kind of dropping off, but yeah. So we've got a lot of experience in that, and our previous project was called Timer, which reached 3 million market cap. So yeah, my main roles in the team, I'm the Chief Communications Officer. So I deal with the community management and basically creating messages, making sure communications are out to our holders. And just making sure everyone's questions are answered and everyone's happy, basically. So yeah, that's my role in the team.
Cool, and then we're joined by Johan tonight as well. Do you want to just give us a little bit of introduction, Johan?
Yeah, I hope I don't cause you some. Is there any background noise when I?
No, you're okay. I'll stay quiet while you talk, so we don't get it.
All right. So I actually work as a banking consultant with over 10 years experience. So if you know Swift, it's actually the opposite of crypto, like how you send money from one person to another through the banks. And that's been my primary work for the past decade, actually 10 years. So I'm quite old. But in the crypto space, actually, I've worked with also an old project. It was a meme coin as well. I only worked like 3 projects, and this was like we reached around 10 million market cap, and of course Timer, which was around 3 to 3.5. And this is actually it's a more of a mixed of the utility plus the meme because of the ant, but more on this is more of a serious project that we have. Yeah.
Cool. So how did you guys get together to form this then? Obviously you and Johan worked on Timer before. Well, this is the first time working with this.
4 of us in the core team. There's 2 of us that aren't here, and that is Riff and Hussein. So Riff lives in the UK, and he's the Chief Technology Officer. He does the technical stuff, development of the roadmap, smart contract stuff, anything like that. And then we have Hussein, who's our CMO, Chief Marketing Officer. He develops marketing, oversees strategy, things like that. So there's 4 of us on the core team. And we all previously worked together on our old project, which was Timer. So this is, we've been working together for a while, and we really do work well as a team. And our core strengths, we always make sure that we're utilizing them, and we delegate things really well. So, there is 4 of us on the team. 2 of them can't be here today. But yeah, that is our team structure, basically.
No worries. All right. So let's just get this out of the way. What happened to Timer? Was that a meme project or?
No, it was basically Timer. is just one out of the 6 utilities that we are going for with this project.
Okay.
It's a freelance marketplace for cryptocurrency services, similar to Fiverr or Upwork, where you can use the D app to browse for services, for crypto-related services. So yeah, that's the old market. That's the old project. That's called Timer, and this is now we're relaunching actually. We had some issues with the old developers. We paid them in Timer, the native token, and they ended up selling for some reason. So this time we're not doing that at all. All of our developers are paid in USD, and we're not using those devs anymore. That's for sure. So we've learned a lot from Timer, and we've got our freelance marketplace rebranded with lots of new features, gasless features, and that is live now. So yeah, our old project was called Timer. This is AntNetworx, basically.
All right, cool. So have you carried any holders across into this project, or is it a fresh start?
Johan, 800.
800 holders.
Yeah.
I believe about 800 holders we are bringing across.
And so are they being airdropped in this token?
They are.
Yes. Around 5%, right? 5%.
About 5%. Is that what you're classing as a private sale, or have you done a private sale? Oh, we're going to delve into this a bit later on anyway. So yeah, let's just forget about this for now, guys. Let's talk about AntNetworx. Give us an overshot, what you're creating, what the project is. Give us a 10,000 foot overview, and then we can delve into everything bit by bit.
Sure. So the main goal of AntNetworx is to deliver mass adoption to cryptocurrency, because only 3% currently of the world population holds crypto, and I think soon that's going to increase 10-fold, 20-fold. And easy to use, intuitive D apps, I think they're at the front of what will drive mass adoption for crypto. So our main goal is to develop the 6 utilities. One is already live. Our main goal is to deliver these utilities to provide mass adoption for cryptocurrency, because these utilities are going to be utilities that everybody can pick up and use. The freelance marketplace, we've designed that with ease of use in mind, mostly because of the gasless utility that we've added to it recently. We've partnered with Bikeonomy, and they are helping us integrate their gasless feature into our D apps. So yeah, the main focus is for mass adoption. We really want this to be a top 200, 100 project. And we have the vision and the technical understanding now to push it forward to that point. So yeah.
Awesome. Okay. So out of the 6 decentralized apps, you've got the one up and running at the minute, the marketplace, right?
That's correct, and that's fully live at the moment, and we're getting more and more services on at the moment, more people onboarding, and our goal is to market this soon and to get more people on board with it, especially now it's gasless, so anybody can go on this D app with a crypto wallet, connect up and just post a service, browse for services, purchase services, you name it. So yeah, we're going to be expanding the utility. Now it's live. We're going to be marketing it, and we really want to get some hype around the project and around the product that's live already. So yeah. Cool.
So how's it running at the minute? Is it just based in US dollars? Obviously, because AntNetworx isn't live yet, is it? So I'm guessing it's just in US dollars. Or BUSD, is it?
BUSD, yeah.
And is it going to stay that way? And just, like, we'll come to that utility in a bit, but you're going to be doing some burning with the fees and stuff, aren't you? So is it planning to stay in BUSD, or is there a plan to integrate AntNetworx as the currency?
Definitely, it will be integrated. Actually, our contract is designed to be in sync with the DApp. So our contract, if you check our contract, it's not the usual contract that you see from the smart contracts. we have a special feature called the Trust Forwarder. It uses gasless transactions so that it would integrate to all our dApps. So the contract itself is compatible with gasless transactions.
Cool. All right. So in terms of the marketplace, then, what kind of fees are you charging there to people who are advertising their services?
Right. It's totally free right now. We only charge like 2% of the platform fees for the transactions, and 10% of that 2% is used to burn AntNetworx. So the more transactions, the more burn for AntNetworx. So we already have the once the contract is live, then we will also do some configuration on the app so that it would integrate to our contract and burn the supply.
Okay, and that's all done automatically?
Actually, that will be developed, and yes, it will be done automatically.
All right. And is the plans to change any of that pricing, or is the plan to get as many people on here as possible to really pump up that number with a low fee?
Yeah, definitely it will increase over time, and our initial, this is just going to be like the minimum that we have, so that for to just have adoption and people using the app and not complaining about the fees, and it's totally free. So probably when we reach 10, 15,000 users, that would be increased. Definitely not as high, or it should be gradual, definitely like 4%. And eventually, I think the existing platforms charges like 20%. So we're quite far from 20% right now. So initially, we wanted to just start with a low number for adoption.
All right, cool. And how long has the marketplace been live?
The rebranded one is just probably a month.
Okay. What kind of numbers were you doing before the rebranding?
Since this was a migration, we were around 80 plus services,
Cool.
over 100 plus users.
All right, sweet. So this is the first of 6 decentralized apps. Do you want to talk about the other ones, and in terms of the roadmap for getting these all out?
Yeah, James can talk about the utilities. I can talk about the roadmap. Yeah.
James, you still here? We lost him. Oh.
The utilities, I'll give you a little run through those ones. So yeah,
Yep.
the X wallet, we're actually done the UI and the mock-ups right already, Johan. So that is something that we can share soon, and it is in development. All the conceptualization is already complete for that. So yeah, that's going to be a leading smart wallet. We want it to branch as many chains as possible, and I think smart wallets and easy to use smart wallets will be the future, and they're already becoming like really widely used across the space. So yeah, the wallet was the next one we wanted to bring out.
And I'm guessing that's not going to be producing revenue for you, but it's just a way to bring people into the platform.
I think we're going to have some revenue generation with that down the line, but I think initially, Johan, or correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think we will. Is that correct, Johan?
Yeah, definitely. It will be use. The thing about wallets is that the more people that uses it, the more valuable it is. So same concept as Facebook, as other like platforms, that users are the main attraction. So that's what we want with Ant Wallet, but definitely the revenue will come along.
Cool. And I did see something about the Ant Wallet that it's going to be email sign-in. Is that right?
Yes, email and two-factor authentication.
Okay. Email two-factor. That was my next question, is the security side of it. All right, yeah. So what else are we doing then? We've got the AntNetworx. I'm guessing.
Yeah. So yeah, the AntNetworx is just going to be a simple DEX that eliminates gas fees, and I think that's going to be amazing for the future of crypto. Everybody is caught out when they want to swap a token, they don't have a little bit of BNB, for instance, or whichever. So that's going to be fantastic to bring out, and we've got some really good ideas for the DEX, especially with the gasless transactions, because we've been working closely with Biconomy to get those features. So that's going to be massive for us. So yeah, the DEX will be brilliant.
And then you got AntChat.
The decentralized chat is going to be awesome because I think we've got an echo. So yeah, it's going to be bot free, which is going to be awesome. And it allows people to the wallet will check your crypto holdings. So if you've got a certain token, you'll be allowed to enter certain communities, for instance. So that's going to be really good if project owners want to set a holding requirement to get into the chat, that they can do, which will be really good. So yeah.
That's pretty interesting. So it's going to work alongside your wallet.
Yeah.
What's your timeline on the wallet? When are you planning to release that? You said you had the mock-ups and stuff.
First quarter of next year.
Okay. Yeah. Is that the next thing in terms of your apps?
Definitely. The wallet will, because actually the two first apps will basically lead the way for the other dApps, because most of the development that we will do for AntWork and Ant Wallet will be used as well for the other platforms. So that would make it easier for us to go live with the other platforms as well. And the overall vision is for us to create all of these utilities on top of our real life utilities to make the ecosystem really revolve around our token. And definitely we will involve the community in building what's next. If they want to build chat first, or if they want something else, then we will definitely have the community decide.
All right, cool. So focus to start with. Obviously, the marketplace is out, followed by the wallet. Going to link up to the DEX and the AntNetworx Pay.
And the shop is cool because we're going to be, it's a app for buying and selling items, right? But it'll be used cryptocurrencies. So that's a unique concept at the moment, and it'd be really good to be able to do that. So the AntNetworx shop is on the roadmap as well.
Cool. And have you guys done any predictions in terms of what kind of revenue targets you want to be making and how much you're going to be burning and stuff? Or have you not got that far yet?
I mean, we've gotten some offers, like for example, out of the box, because the AntNetworx is already a complete system. It has an escrow, it accepts payments. Like, we just need to configure what payment we want, which currency, and we've gotten some really good offers for people to buy, like for example, the escrow services. They want to purchase the escrow services, and as part of our roadmap, this is also one of our aims, is to create all of these dApps and make it accessible for other projects to have utilities on hand to be able to thrive. And this is also part of our revenue, and we're getting really good offers, like $20,000 for just an escrow service. So all of these are part of our ecosystem, and our vision is to create something like a DApp marketplace, where all of these utilities will be available as they can reskin the product, they can change the utility name, and also that will be for the crypto adoption, for us to be able to provide this technology. And for the revenue, right now we don't have the exact numbers of all of these things, but definitely it will be when we have the product launched and the token launched as well.
Awesome. All right. Okay. I did see something in this video about shops and cafes in the second video. Did you want to talk about that a little bit? Is that falling under the shop part?
No, it's actually a real life utility. We have 3 planned real life utilities. One is the AntNetworx cafe that will be headed by Hussein in Dubai. It's actually a like luxury crypto cafe, a lounge where we will accept AntNetworx, AntNetworx as a currency, and we also plan to accept other currencies, cryptocurrencies, and definitely that will be part of our plans on top of the other 2, which is the Dapps marketplace, which you can buy and sell Dapps, and the IT solutions for blockchain development.
All right, cool. So 3 real life use cases. When's the cafe plan to be set up? Is there a date on that, or is this a future thing?
Basically, all of these are dependent on how we do on the first couple of months. But the cafe and the wallet are our priority. Like wallet and cafe are definitely, if we have the budget for it, we will start tomorrow. So it will be started as soon as we have the budget. And the plan is Q1 next year as well, but it could be earlier depending on the circumstances.
No worries. All right. Let's just talk about this Dapps marketplace a bit, because that seems pretty cool if you can get people on board with that. How much of that are you guys going to be putting towards going back into the token? And how much? And obviously, you guys have got to make some money somehow. So, where are you planning to take profits from?
Definitely, our number is 20% back to the holders, back to the token. For everything, 20% from all our revenue streams will be going back to the token, going back to the holders. I do think this is the right number for us to be able to give back buybacks or community rewards, and the cafe as well. We plan to also do the revenue sharing with the holders.
That's cool. That's unique. So we're talking 20% of everything in terms of profit sharing going back into the token. That's not all going to burn, is it? You say you're going to break that up depending on how you see fit?
Yes, definitely. We have a separate amount for burn. We also have a revenue burn. Like every quarter, we plan to burn part of the revenue as well, and that is separate from the 20% that will be going back to the holders. I was from top of my head, it will be 10% burn. Like for example, the AntNetworx, we have the 10% burn of every 2% will be burned, and also every quarter we will burn all of our revenue 10% that.
All right, nice. Mark, have you got any questions on this so far? If you're here and you can talk, Mark's not very well either. I'm afraid we both come down with something, so I don't know how fit he is tonight.
Still, oh, can you hear me? Yeah, you can hear me. Yeah. I'm just checking the chat as well. Was a question I'll put in when I find it, and I can ask it as well.
I can see one here. This is a question from Hello. It says, don't take me wrong. I truly believe this could be amazing. And in my opinion, it will be amazing. However, some of the community concerns that we are in a bear market recession and making a project run is harder because of the fact that people have less to invest and more to pay. That is the main reason people are concerned about timing and marketing. Either way, you guys have my support. Well, in my opinion, like I'll give the guys a minute to answer this as well. But to be honest with you, building something like this is best to do it in a bear market, because it's the time to build. But let's see what these guys have to say. What do you guys think about that?
Well, developing the utilities throughout the bear market is super important, and that's what we've been working hard on. Antech's work and the wallet in the background, the conceptualization, and we'll just continue to work through anyway. I think launching is just the first kind of step. It's then fulfilling the roadmap, right? Ensuring we've got volume, making sure we've got the support of everyone on board, and just keeping pushing forwards, and then the markets will recover. And when they do, we're in the prime position with developed utilities to move forwards with. And the fact that the utilities can also generate revenue is something amazing, because when we get people using these utilities, we have another revenue source that we can put back into the token. So it's not just tax initially, it will then be the revenue from the Dapps that we can put back into the token, put back into development, etc. So I think we're in a really good position actually to build and to keep building until the markets recover. So not really about the mindset of a few X's, it's more of it's a huge project this with unique utility, and I think that the bear market won't really impact us all that much.
Okay, I mean, I can get behind the fact that building, like I said, building in a bear market is good because you're ready for the market to turn around. So I think it's a good time to build. But in terms of that, do you guys need any more support financially, or is this something that you can carry out regardless of any money that the project's making? Do you have the team and stuff to be able to do that?
Definitely, we're looking for financial investments. We're looking at different ventures as well, because we have a ready product, and definitely we are open to. That's why we have, I think, 5% or 8% for angel investors. But definitely for our project itself, we have the resources to be able to pursue all the apps.
All right, sweet. And do you have any idea of kind of what figures you need to raise to be able to complete your roadmap successfully?
It depends, actually. The AntNetworx wallet, definitely, we were looking at around 100K plus. So that's just the minimum. For the others, what's good with the other utilities that we have is actually it's coming from the AntNetworx wallet. It's coming from the AntNetworx work. For example, the AntNetworx shop, it's not going to cost as much because the AntNetworx shop, we can just reconfigure the marketplace to look like a shop, like for buying and selling, and just add some features here and there. And also for the other platforms, the AntNetworx chat will be also available in AntNetworx wallet. So we're just gonna take that from that. So it should be all of the utilities that we have are well thought of, and we're gonna be like it's just a matter of being able to complete the first two, and then from that we're gonna be able to manage the others as well.
All right. And in terms of the staff and team, do you think you'll be outsourcing anyone else to help you?
Yes, for the development, we have a team that is available, and it's being led by Riff, basically, and we have also by Economy helping us. They actually have like a customized SDK, or they're developing an SDK specifically for our wallet. So that's something huge for us, because this is a huge team, a huge project, Binance listed as well. So they're only they're just gonna be helping us along the way. We just need to be able to deliver from our side.
Awesome. All right. Okay. I'm going to pick up some of the questions from the community chat, see which ones are kind of most.
Just before we do that, I just apologies if Toby's already covered this and stuff. I missed some of the beginning and that, but I just wanted to clarify and get an overview of what happened originally. So, just want to check: am I right in thinking that you launched a token, it was part of the original first element of the ecosystem that you created. It obviously didn't do very well, and then you've rebranded and relaunched a token against the rest of your ecosystem.
That's correct. So the old project was Timer. That was a freelance marketplace, and AntNetworx has 6 utilities, and one of those is the one that's already live, and that's the freelance marketplace rebranded to AntNetworx. So yeah, it is a relaunch, and it is a rebrand as well. But we have more utility, and we've developed our current live utility much more, basically.
Yeah, cool. No, I get that, and I can see that you've obviously put a lot of work in here to create a much broader ecosystem. I guess my main question is, how do you stand out in a crowded marketplace? Do you feel like because you put all of these elements together that'll help you bring in people into each of those elements of your ecosystem? Because as we know, things like marketplaces, it's all good having gasless fees and these standout moments, but still there's players in the market that have got the share, and it's really hard to crack it. So how do you do that?
Yeah. With like the freelance marketplace, it is a world first that we were first to the post. Like there's no one else doing this right now. There isn't a crypto platform you can go onto and get crypto services, especially gasless. But even so, so we are completely unique, and I think that it's not just like the features. It's the crypto freelance marketplace specifically. There isn't any platform you can go onto to browse specifically for crypto related services with reviews and things like this. And so the utility is kind of stand out by itself. And once we market it and once we get more freelancers, more services on board, I think it's got that real chance to quickly snowball and quickly become a platform that everybody needs and wants to use. Because at the moment it's awash with services, and it's very hard to find services reliably. So yeah, I think that's the main takeaway point.
Yeah.
And to add, sorry, Mark, actually to add to what James is saying, I believe that it's really hard to stand out, but I think the overall crypto is still very small, and the opportunity is still big for new players. And as a project that has like, for example, our utilities are like revolving around the token, and the project that we have is to be able to provide value to the token. As I think it's similar to those starting out before, like Binance or the other projects. Like, for example, Binance is running a central exchange, and they were also not unique at that time. Like, people are also having central exchanges, but at the end of the day, I think to be able to like prove that your token is usable and that it has something that has value. And I think when we launch, we're very excited about our smart wallet. Once we launch the smart wallet, it is going to really make our token more valuable. And overall, the utilities that we have is gonna make the whole ecosystem like revolve around the token itself. And for us, we cannot control what the people or what the investors like see about the project, but what we can control is that the token can be used, and that's why we have the real life utilities as well. And that's to have all of these things. I think it's just gonna add up, and to be able to just provide a value. And considering also ants, there's never been a 1 billion token market token that's named ants. So ants is pretty memeable as well. So I think we do have, if we crack the right formula, I think we will be able to at least stand out from the others.
Yeah, I like the memeable element. I like that it's way more professional than memeable as well. So that's the main thing. Obviously, we have been presented with freelance style opportunities, and none of them seem to be able to take off, take it to that next level. I guess right now at the moment it's really difficult because people don't need those services at the moment. And when that next bull run comes, there's going to be those one or two that manage to take off and become the leaders, you know, the freelancer, the LinkedIn. So obviously that's going to be your ambition and stuff, isn't it? I know that there's a few that are working really hard behind the scenes to try and be that as well. What I do really like about what you're doing is supporting the token and actually thinking about that, because the others focus on the utility to the extent that they only care about the utility because that is what is making them the money. Whereas right now, obviously, from an investor's point of view, from our point of view, we need to see value in the token as well. And if you can combine the two together, you add the value for us as the investors and you for the utility that makes you the money. It's like the winning perfect combination, because then investors and you can promote this together and take it to where it's going to be. So I do like the fact that you've actually paid some attention to that. So it's something that is going in your favor, definitely. Which element do you see? You've mentioned freelancer. Out of the others, which do you see as the most like promising for you?
The other utilities or other services on the freelance platform?
You know, out of the 6 main ones, where do you see the most like revenue and profit coming from?
Down the line, I think the smart wallet, to be honest, just because it's something that everybody's going to be using. Johan might have a different opinion. Anyway,
I think we lost Johan.
I think we have, yeah. It's just dropped out. James, how do you see the wallet making profit?
Get as many users on board as possible. Using the gasless feature, that's what we can do the best, I believe, because that's really attractive to people to be able to use and send cryptocurrencies gasless. That's fantastic. And once we get users on board, then I believe it's going to be through fees for transferring eventually. But I would need Johan to confirm that, to be honest. Pull up some notes, but
yeah, no problem. I think he's dropped out, so he might be back in a minute. I'll keep an eye for him popping back in. Do you have anything else to add to that, Mark?
No, not at this stage.
No problem. There is quite a few questions in the chat. I'm going to try and pick out the ones that are kind of most relevant to the project. Yeah, back if you wanted to touch on that. He probably didn't catch the question, but the question, Johan, was out of the 6 apps, which one do you see being the most productive in terms of revenue? No, it's okay. We'll let him connect up, and he's gone again. So, all right. So you're on your own for a minute, James, under the spotlight. All right. So, what are the plans for AntNetworx to move towards a more decentralized, permissionless, and trustless solution? What innovation in your approach allow you to do? What solutions will AntNetworx bring, and what problems will they solve in DeFi? So, there's quite a lot of questions there, really. Pick from that what you will. What are you going to do to move towards a more decentralized, permissionless, and trustless solution? I'm guessing that's just going to be building out your Dapps.
That's correct, and we just want to get them in the hands of users the most. And I think AntNetworx is the one that we want to break through with. And I think, well, I already know that Johan's had some preliminary meetings with some agencies and some freelance groups, basically, and we want to get lots of services onboarded. And I think that's the key with the utilities and getting the adoption going. I think we need more services on AntNetworx, and that's what we're going to strive to accomplish in the first few months of launch. We want to get hundreds, if not to 1,000 services, because really, I think the problem with the other freelance platforms and why they haven't kind of taken off yet is mainly because they haven't got the numbers on there. And what we've been trying to do is not just get numbers, but get quality services. So we've already started to onboard like influencers that are very popular in the space. And we're going to be continuing those efforts as well when we've got more time and funds. So I think really the main thing is getting the users on board initially. And that's the first step. And then it can really take off from there.
Yeah, great. All right. So it makes sense that you're doing it that way, and you've already got the first utility up and running. Bring their wallet in, and then create the user base, and then create from there.
That's correct.
All right. Let's delve a little bit into the tokenomics. Have you got a tax on the token? I couldn't find it anywhere.
It's 3% buy and 3% sell. We're going as a low tax. We wanted initially to have no tax, but what we're gonna do is drop the tax to 0.0 once we've achieved sufficient revenues from AntNetworx and the AntNetworx wallet. So initially it'll be a low tax 3% buy, 3% sell.
And how's that being distributed?
In operations. In terms of a further breakdown than that, I don't know, but that is going to be used in operations.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, it's just 3% towards everything, I'm guessing. So that's fine.
Keep the project moving.
Yeah, understood. Okay, let's look at the setup of the tokenomics. Is this all correct?
That is correct. Yeah.
Okay, so the 2% towards angel investors. Have you already got those angel investors on board?
Not at this stage. No, that's just reserved for angel investors at this stage.
Okay, and you've done your private sale and completed that.
That's done and that's completed. So yeah.
And what did you raise there?
It's 25,000 US.
And then you're obviously 4% for airdropping the previous token holders.
Yeah, that is also correct. Those ones will also be vested, so they'll receive 70% on launch and then 10% every week after launch. And
yeah, let's have a look at the private sale was vested as well, isn't it? 70% of token generation of it. So the vested sale is the private.
Yeah, that's correct.
All right, cool. And where did you get your private investors from? Was that just people that you connected to, or?
So yeah, it's all mainly from our old project, believers in us, friends, things like that. We did a partnership with an agency as well, and they put it to some of their private investors. So yeah, that's how that was raised. Friends and family, and a couple of private investor groups.
No worries. All right, let's. If you got 5% towards marketing, what's the plan with that? Are you intending to sell the tokens in order to pay for marketing, or are you using it and investing people that will market your project?
I believe they're also vested as well. So we won't. Obviously, we're going to be running a pre-sale, so we won't need to sell any of those tokens for a while. We have. Obviously, we have funds from the pre-sale that we're doing, so we'll be using that for marketing and also for the utility development. So yeah, the marketing funds the marketing tokens are vested, and we'll obviously only use those once we've achieved a high enough market cap and sell responsibly, etc. So yeah.
All right, let's talk a little bit about the ecosystem. So you've got 22% reserved for the ecosystem. And
That's correct.
Is that, how's the breakdown on here and there? The 12% of the utility, is that it? And breakdown's slightly different.
Not quite sure, because hopefully Johan, when he comes back, he can pick that one up. Because okay. I'm not quite sure. Sorry.
No problem. I don't think he's managed to reconnect yet. Excuse me.
Somebody's just asking us. I don't think they've understood it correctly. So they're asking if the same dev that you used for Timer also is building this contract for you.
So no. So the devs who developed the platform and also manage the smart contract for Timer, we're no longer working with them. They were an external Web3 development company that we found, and we paid them in tokens. And yeah, it obviously didn't go so well, that relationship, in the end. So we've cut ties with them completely, and it's completely different. So the smart contract has been done by Trinos, who's a respected dev in the space. And then all of our other utilities are being developed externally, and we're paying in USD, not tokens. So the devs for the smart contract for Timer, and also the devs who did the platform, we're not associated with them anymore. So yeah, it's completely fresh.
Yeah,
completely
cool.
New approach.
I don't know if Johan's back in here yet. I can't see him, so we'll perhaps move on. But at the minute I can see like a difference in between the. Oh, I'm getting an echo, so maybe he's back. No, but yeah, I just say there is a little bit of a difference in between the tokenomics on the website and the tokenomics in the white paper. So you might want to just have a look at that and match them up.
Yeah, we will do that.
I mean, so let's just talk about a little bit about the pre-sale. How much are you trying to raise? Where you're doing it? Why are you doing it there?
Yeah, we 400 BNB soft cap with an 800 BNB hard cap. We're doing a subscription model because they've been really hyped recently, and they've been doing good numbers. And it also fits our project. So we have 800 BNB hard cap is the aim. And we're doing that on Pinksale. So yeah, if you want to check out the Telegram, we've got all the links in there that you can access and check. If you got any specific questions relating to the pre-sale, it goes live on the 5th of October now, so in about 5 or 6 days.
5th of October. And what are you doing in terms of marketing leading up to that?
As we've got loads of things planned for that one. There's a whole strategy that's been outlined, including AMAs, calls, partnerships, ambassadorships. We're doing giveaways, events, coin sites. We're listed on StockTwits, so we're doing StockTwits competitions, shilling on there. So there's really no marketing that we're not going to do for the pre-sale, really. We're covering all areas. We've got a team on board as well. So the marketing is very well covered this time. And we're looking to definitely easily fill the hard cap and just move forwards with the launch after that. So we've got some big post-launch marketing plans as well.
I think I know the team you're working with in terms of marketing, and I have seen them do well with previous projects. So what's the plan post-launch?
In terms of strategy, I think the main one is we want to get on a couple of good CEXs, mid-tier, just to get some good exposure. I think CEXs are the way forward at the moment. Apart from that, it's just the usual. We've got AMAs and calls. We've got some DEX tools trending thrown in, and a full strategy, really. And I think the key with post-launch is not doing it all at once, right? And not putting all your eggs in one basket. So making sure that it's that you spread that marketing out.
Awesome. All right, Mark, have you got any questions you wanted to ask before we wrap up?
No, nothing specific.
Cool. No worries, mate. All right. James, is there anything that you wanted to mention before we ask you the final question that we ask here?
Just if you got any more questions that I couldn't quite answer tonight, and if you need any more information, just drop us a message in the Telegram chat. We're always available, and thank you so much to everyone who's listened in. I really appreciate that. Sorry that we've been a bit thin on the ground with the team. We're going to make sure we sort that for the next AMA. So thank you so much for tuning in, and just let us know if I couldn't or any of us couldn't answer your question. We're always available just to help with that and answer your questions. And thank you so much for your time, Legit Crypto Lounge, as well.
Thank you, Mavis. Before you dash off, we've got one more question that we'd like to ask you, if that's all right. It's one that we ask everyone who comes through the lounge. Basically, sorry. The legit crypto question. So for us, a long-term success can't exist without a clear vision from the team. So with that in mind, at what point will this project become a success to you?
When I believe once we've got enough people using the freelance platform just to get a buzz about it. I want 1,000 services. 1,000 services on AntNetworx on the freelance platform and 200 transactions a month, because that is the main goal at this point in the next few months, is to drive that utility forward, the AntNetworx and then the AntNetworx wallet. Because if we can get users on board and if we can get people using it, the revenue is going to flow, and the integration with the token is going to be huge. It'll add so much value to the project. So I think that's going to be the point. 1,000 services, 200 transactions a month.
Nice. Okay. Good answer. All right. So listen, thanks everyone for joining us today. Thanks on behalf of myself, LCL, and obviously James and Johan from AntNetworx. Sorry. Johan's back. Do you want any closing words, Johan, before we go? I think he's having VPN problems. He's frozen.
Yeah.
Like that. He's doing my trick that I do when we're on a work call. Just staring at the screen and switch it off. Anyway, so listen, guys, I hope you've gained a good insight to the project tonight. Thanks for joining us. If you're watching on YouTube, hopefully we'll catch you in the next AMA. So AntNetworx, thanks very much for joining us. Anyone's got any more questions, follow up in their Telegram group, ask the guys, and I'm sure they'll be there to answer anything that you've got. So listen, guys, thanks very much. Stay tuned for the giveaways.